Fresh blueberries, 1-pint package, hot price $4.99. Fresh Purdue chicken thighs, just $1.99 per pound. Bermuda's Best mayonnaise, 30-ounce jar, hot price at only $3. Scott Extra Soft Toilet Tissue, 4 rolls, only $3.29. Pampers Baby Dry or Swaddler Diapers, hot price $9.99. All stores open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
Live from Bermuda Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV9 News.
You're watching Bermuda Broadcasting News. It's Friday, the 18th of May. I'm Diane Brewer, and thank you for joining us tonight. After a string of violent incidents in Hamilton, the National Security Minister, Wayne Keynes, says the police presence in the city will be stepped up this weekend. Officers will also carry out stop and search operations in areas thought to be at risk of further violence, a potentially controversial move after criticism of the so-called 315F powers by the PLP in the past. Jasmine Patterson reports.
This was probably the most shocking recent incident, the firing of a gun into a crowded bar early on Wednesday morning. But the attack on the Docksiders pub was just one in a series of violent incidents in the past few weeks. A brawl last weekend outside the Vasco da Gama Club on Reed Street saw a 34-year-old man stabbed. And in April, Reed Street saw fighting after the PHC Zebras clinched the Premier League title. Calling such scenes disheartening, National Security Minister Wayne Keynes said police would be using their 315F powers, named after the relevant section in the criminal code.
The 315F stop and search in Bermuda, it's used when our country where there is an expectation of violence and in areas that are prone to violence. This gives a police superintendent the opportunity for 30 days to stop and search people in areas and at places that are deemed to be prone for violence. And so this search is not, the Bermuda Police Service is not giving powers willy-nilly to do it all over the island. We now have to make sure that our environment is protected and safe from what we deem to be people prone to violence.
The use of those powers have been controversial in the past. There have been accusations that young black men were disproportionately targeted, with the PLP, when in opposition, one of the parties raising concerns. But the main worry now is how to stop the violent scenes in Hamilton streets. The city's mayor, Charles Gosling, has voiced his alarm, calling for, quote, an increase in visible and active policing throughout the city to address the situation. Some comfort may be taken from police activity yesterday in Sands. Mr. Keynes said that led to the arrest of suspects believed to be involved in the recent violence.
There were 4 arrests made in the last 48 hours, and we believe that this represents a significant, these are the significant players in what we see was the activities of this past week. And so the Bermuda Police Service have pledged to increase their visibility.
So more police are set to hit the streets of the city this weekend. Their increased presence a mark not just of the scale of the response, but also of the scale of the problem. Jasmine Patterson reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
In other news, a strong attack on the journalistic integrity of the Bermuda Broadcasting Company was made in the House of Assembly today. Government MP Lawrence Scott questioned our impartiality in terms of what stories we cover. Ironically, the situation came about as a result of our newsroom seeking to uphold journalistic integrity. It began with an interview we did with Mr. Scott in which he alleged contractor Gilbert Lopes was engaging in illegal quarrying in Mr. Scott's constituency. Having spoken with Mr. Scott about his claim, we decided in the interest of fairness to seek Mr. Lopes' side of the story. We have repeatedly tried to reach Mr. Lopes, but without success. However, Mr. Scott felt that we should not have delayed and so made his remarks during today's motion to adjourn. We spoke with him outside the parliamentary chamber about his comments.
Mr. Scott, you delivered a scathing, for want of a better term, attack on Bermuda Broadcasting on the floor of the House of Assembly this morning or this afternoon. Are you prepared to repeat those comments outside the House of Assembly?
There's no need for me to repeat word for word what I said on the floor of the House. But what I will do is just say that my speech was more so about the assurance of fair and balanced journalism, fair and balanced reporting, to ensure that the people of Bermuda know exactly what is going on in the House by the people that represent them, and making sure that what the message that is delivered on the floor of the House makes it to the public. So when us as members of Parliament stand up, When us as members of parliament represent, which is our constitutional responsibility, when we take on that constitutional responsibility and make sure their concerns, their wants, their needs are mentioned on the floor of the House, make sure that that makes it out to the homes. And I'm just making sure that we have fair and balanced journalism through every medium and media outlet.
But it was indicated to you on more than one occasion that attempts were being made to reach Mr. Lopes.
When it comes to Mr. Lopes, my understanding is that there were no attempts to try to reach Mr. Lopes, but yet the Royal Gazette was able to get a hold of Mr. Lopes.
And in response, Tony McWilliam, executive producer of Bermuda Broadcasting, said there are at least two sides to every story. I was informed by our reporter that several attempts had been made to reach Mr. Lopes at his workplace. I subsequently discovered that Mr. Lopes was off island. I sought one of two things, either for Mr. Lopes to comment on the allegations against him or for him to tell us he was not willing to comment. Short of that, the story would have been unfair. I have never met Gilbert Lopes, and Mr. Scott's assertion in the House that ZBM was censoring this story is untrue, end quote. Well, we'll have more for you after this short break. Stay with us.
Check out the great products at our $4 Depot stores. Party bags, candles, soaps, and a variety of health and beauty items, even candy. A number of kitchen items, aluminum baking pans, an assortment of socks in various sizes, even baby products. Your choice of items for only $2.50 each. Stop by any of our 4 stores today. The Dollar Depot, stretching your dollars further.
If you would have came to me a year ago and told me that you could reverse my diabetes, I'd have been skeptical. I have come off my medication. I'm fine. My eyesight is gradually coming back.
And if you can control this disease, you can reduce the likelihood of having blindness. You can reduce the likelihood of amputation. You can reduce the likelihood of having dialysis. Would this mean it's a perfect cure-all for everybody? No. This is one piece of a larger puzzle.
Physicians, they do care about you, but I think this one went the extra mile. I'm here to tell you that it works. Call Dr. James. Ask him for help. Don't be afraid. As Bermudians, we've got too much pride, and we're killing ourselves with food.
Just come if you have diabetes and you'd like to take control of it. This just might be the program for you.
Welcome back. 124 graduates made a major step forward to more promising futures this week when they received their degrees and certificates at the Bermuda College 2018 commencement ceremony. But that number is substantially down on last year, 10% lower than the figure for 2017.
I have been accepted into New England Institute of Technology, so working in the motor transport section at Bermuda College has definitely been a great factor because that's my first step to ascertaining master's and bachelor's in motor vehicle technology and business management, and then move to power plant engineering and heavy equipment and machinery operation.
High hopes for this 17-year-old student who appears well on his way to a promising career. Sakai Wainwright Basden is hoping to become a mechanical engineer, gaining this certificate, even though he's still in high school. His ambitions were echoed around the commencement ceremony where 69 students graduated with honors in front of friends, family, and Bermuda College faculty. 6 received bachelor's degrees in business administration from Canadian College Mount St. Vincent University. The rest gained diplomas or certificates. Applied science and technology programs were the most popular, especially among male students, whose numbers were up this year. They made up 56% of the class of 2018. But there were heartfelt stories from both sexes. Commencement speaker Zita Pitt returned to higher education after her father fell ill years ago.
When I was out there, I was re-evaluating my life and thinking, I can't be in an office for the rest of my life. I need to bring back my dream, bring my dream back forward and make it happen. And unfortunately, he's not here today, but I know he's looking down on me and he's proud. And it was another thing that he knew that I also wanted to be a registered nurse, so I had to go for it. I couldn't settle for last, so I just got pushing.
The 36-year-old carer at Lefroy House says she's passionate about nursing. 6 students graduated with an associate's degree in nursing, one of the newer courses available. College alum and keynote speaker MP Chris Famous was among a number of politicians present. He vowed to push for an increase in funding for the college and spoke of the importance of education.
I have been to countries throughout the Caribbean who are only just starting to have their own colleges. Trust me, they have used the Bermuda College as their template for the development of their nations. So you see, you who are the pulse of this institution are just as valuable to our development as tourism and international business. I repeat, you are just as valuable. Indeed, I stand here as an example of what the Bermuda College has produced. On behalf of myself, the people of Bermuda, and I will say the government of Bermuda, we thank you for rising daily to contribute to a better Bermuda. Please take a moment to salute the staff and faculty of Bermuda College, our college. Today is your graduation day.
Those sentiments underlining the importance of education not just to these graduates, but to the whole of Bermuda as well. Jasmine Patterson reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
The BF&M Insurance Group is pleased to bring you tonight's AccuWeather forecast. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brittany Boyer, and hopefully you had a great week. It's been pretty dry here across the island, and it looks like it's going to stay that way. So if you have anything planned outdoors this weekend, you'll be in good shape. Now, out toward the East Coast, it's a different story as they are dealing with rounds of rainfall, especially into the Northeast. So heads up if you're traveling that way. That's a location you'll actually need some rain gear, but as you'll see here, the radar not looking at any precipitation over the island. We have lots of dry air, so a pleasant weekend. I know a lot of people probably have some graduation parties planned out for this weekend, as there was graduation just a day or two ago, and we are going to stay under the influence of high pressure right into this weekend. So you'll notice a frontal boundary to our north here. That's triggering up lots of showers out toward the East Coast. There's some areas out there that have picked up 4 inches of rain already this month. Meantime, here in Bermuda, we really can't buy a drop of rain. Maybe you will be able to squeak a shower out next week, but so far this month we are running well below normal for rainfall. The last 7 days we've actually had less than 1/10 of an inch of precipitation. But hey, I'm sure there's some people here that are enjoying the sunshine. Temperatures still in the upper 70s right now, so pretty pleasant for this Friday evening. If you're heading out to dinner, catching a movie tonight, you're in good shape. No need to even bring any kind of sweatshirt with you because it's very warm outside. Upper 70s, humidity between 70 and 75%. The water temperature, with the warm temperatures and the sunshine, the temperature's climbing. The water temperature right now sitting at 80 degrees. So feeling pretty warm, and we stay nice and warm into the overnight hours. 73 degrees for your low temperature under mainly clear skies. Not too many changes to our forecast here as we head into the weekend. If you're heading out toward the water, no marine alerts that I have to tell you about this evening, so we're in good shape there. High tide coming in just before midnight tonight, and low tide coming in just before 6:40 on Saturday morning. And I hope you can get outside and enjoy Saturday, especially if you had to work this whole week. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 70s, plenty of sunshine. And even the nighttime low on Saturday, pleasant 73 degrees. Now, if you are going to be doing some traveling, there are some issues out toward the East Coast. We're going to have some rainy times from Toronto to New York City. Also chilly out there, at least chilly for mid-May to late May standards. Boston's only going to be in the mid-50s with periods of rainfall and also some thunderstorms as we get into Atlanta and also down there in South Florida. A couple of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. A lot of tropical moisture around Jamaica, 86 degrees. Your extended forecast, again, we really can't buy a drop of rainfall here. Best chance for that will come early to the middle portion of next week, but up until then, we stay in the upper 70s, so enjoy it.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
My name is Kevin Roberts. I'm a taxi driver / ambassador. My father's was BF&M, so am I. Half of my family always been seemed to be with Bermuda Fine Marine. I tried a different provider at one time, but I wasn't too happy with the competition. Because back then it took too long to settle claims. They questioned every claim, and I never really had that problem with BF&M. I'm quite happy with it.
Here it comes! The most exciting event of 2018, when the Oracle Boat Shed and Dockyard is the place to be. Sunday, May 27th, with the chance to come on down and play The Price is Right for fabulous prizes. Featuring the famous signature four-ways brunch with jazz music provided by the unit at either 11:30 or 2 p.m. with The Price is Right immediately after each seating, hosted by Mike Bishop. Proceeds will benefit Friends of Hospice, a charity supporting Agape House. Tickets of $150 per person will include your four-ways brunch, first mimosa, seat at The Price is Right, and one chance to win a luxury Mercedes-Benz GLA car, courtesy of Prestige Autos Limited. Book online at ptix.bm. But hurry, as seating is limited. Sponsored in part by Martini, Wedco, American Airlines, and Bermuda Blueprinting. We look forward to asking you to come on down. This is a Planning Factory Bermuda and Sound Concepts production.
Are you looking to expand your customer base, increase sales, and be a part of the Island Community Events for 2018? Bermuda Broadcasting Company can make that happen.
Be a part of World Cup 2018, Bermuda Day Half Marathon, Bermuda Heroes Weekend, Cup Match Classic, and Eastern Counties Cricket.
Inquire about our new advertising opportunities, whether big or small. We will deliver. Come and see us at Fort Hill, Devonshire, or email us at sales@bbc.bm, or send us a message on Facebook at Bermuda Broadcasting.
A Hollywood star, political leaders, a taxi driver, a football and an art expert. All these and many more are the subjects of an exhibition at Masterworks. The artist Jane Masajada is exhibiting 22 portraits of Bermudians from all walks of life at the gallery. Hal Davis went to meet her.
It's a parade of faces from almost all aspects of the island's life. Some famous, some less so.
The aim of the exhibition is to capture a snapshot of Bermuda today, where all aspects of Bermudan life are represented. I was very determined that it wasn't going to just be about the great and the good, and there are many, and they've all been so lovely about being part of the project, but I wanted to recognise the people who aren't normally noticed.
Some of the subjects were suggested by staff at the Masterworks Gallery, but others, like George Jones, the doorman of the Elbow Beach Hotel, were discovered by the artist herself. And it's been a rewarding experience, she says.
The thing that I can't believe is how trusting everyone has been. They don't know me from Adam. I would say, I'm doing this project for Masterworks, would you agree to be part of it? And it was, yes, great, come and paint me, which was very trusting on their part, a real act of faith. But it's been an amazing project, and I've got to know everyone really well.
Almost all the subjects met Jane for live sittings, then she took photographs and made sketches, taking her studies back to her studio in southern England to be worked on. Most tricky was the picture of Clyde Best, who understandably wanted to be portrayed in his footballing pomp. That meant working solely from a photo. Others gave up a surprising amount of time.
I must say Sir John Swan was beyond amazing, because I think I had a 1.5-hour slot booked with him for a sitting, and I think I arrived at about 9 o'clock in the morning and left about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So he was wonderful, and we had a great time together. I painted Michael Dunkley when he was Premier in his office, and he was very, very generous with his time. And David Burt actually started painting him when he was leader of the opposition, so I've changed that one slightly, and Paula Cox as well. But it was really just a great project, and I've loved getting to know everyone, and they've been so open and trusting of their images.
So what's it like to see yourself immortalised in canvas? Pleasing but disconcerting if Tom Butterfield of Masterworks is any guide.
I look at it and I think, my God, and I see my old man in it. That's what scares me, because I keep saying, I'm not like him. But I can see the smile is a little bit like his. The gesture is a little bit like him. So I guess that is me. And so to that end, she's done a really, really good job. And I got to learn to accept that that's the perception.
The exhibition has already been shown in London. It'll be here until June the 13th. And if you've got a hankering for one of the images, say of Hollywood heartthrob Michael Douglas, then you might be in luck. Some pictures are still on sale. But with prices in the thousands, it might be best to leave the buying to Catherine Zeta-Jones. Howell Davis, Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Very talented artists. Those are beautiful works. Well, in other news, T.N. Tatum Middle School today celebrated The Power of One. It's a program that helps youngsters express themselves in a positive manner, and the signs that the scheme are bearing fruit were easy to see.
The Power of One equips me with the tools to understand who I am, what I want to be, and where I want to go in life to be successful, so that when I hit the world, nothing will faze me. Rain, blow, or shine, I will be successful. No matter what I go through, I will remain at the top. The Power of One gives me the power to overcome fear of change and gives me the strength to help others. This is the Power of One living and breathing through me. I am the Power of One.
The Power of One is the brainchild of David Bascom, who has seen those taking part grow in confidence.
Look at this process is that the power of one, right? It gives you, we want to give you the tools to be successful. And what does it look like? What does a tool look like, right? Are you able to control your mindset being in situations from your dominant personality, influential status and compliant, making sure you have a strong nurturing your self-esteem. Who are you? Then with that and with sports, that's what we need, right? If you don't get that red card or you don't get thrown out of a game, you have to focus on these pieces, and it's very important. Being in the classroom, how does it affect the academics piece? We want little people staying in the classroom more than outside the classroom.
So what did the students themselves have to say about the program? Isabel Swan is one of those taking part. But first, here's Shori Trott.
It's helped me with understanding who I am as not just a person, but as a student. And it's helped me with my work. It's helped me with speaking to my peers, not in a small group, but as a whole school. It's helped me with my public speaking.
Aim is just to get a lot of people to support T.N. Tatum and to think of us as not just a sports school, but as an academic school.
Still to come, Earl Basin will have all the latest sports news in just a few minutes.
You can count on us.
Fresh Express Coleslaw, 14-ounce package, half price, $1.99. Fresh Pork Shoulder Butt, hot deals at $2.39 per pound. Blue Ribbon Hamburger or Hot Dog Rolls, 8-pack, hot price, $3.49. Bermuda's Best Ketchup, 20-ounce bottle, hot price, only $2. Select varieties of ShopRite frozen fruit, 12-ounce bag, hot price, only $3.49. All stores open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. until 10 p.m. and Sunday 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
The 109th Bermuda Day Half Marathon Derby is here again. Join ZFB TV7 and Power 95 FM. With all of the excitement, starting at 8 a.m. with the pre-marathon broadcast live from Somerset with Ian Rollins. He will bring you live interviews with current and former competitors, and you can be assured he will keep you abreast until the start of the race. That's Friday, May 25th on ZFB TV7 and Power 95 FM. Brought to you by BF&M Group, BAC, Universal Electric, Lindo's Group of Companies, Security Associates, The Phoenix Stores Limited, Surface Trends, and JBM Realty and Associate Services.
Welcome back. Sports now, and as ever, Earl Basin has a packed sports report for you tonight.
University of Arkansas running back Devois Whaley is on island visiting his father, DeVoe Whaley. He spent time talking to us about the new coach at Arkansas and what's the potential for this season.
The new coaching staff and the new strength and conditioning staff, everything they've done and everything they did since they came in, it's been a big difference. And, a lot of people are starting to see the difference. And, with the new style of play we're going to be doing with the new offense and new defense, it's going to be even better. So,
yeah. When you were in high school, you used to do a lot of track and field as well. Do you miss that?
I miss it a little bit. I don't really miss the training aspect of it, but I do miss track. I miss the long jump and the triple jump. And those were my two best events.
Right.
So sometimes I think about it. I do miss it.
Did you think that helped you in your football sense as far as power and strength doing long jump and triple jump?
Oh yeah, it definitely did. As far as my explosiveness and like I said, my strength and power, and just also even my speed as well. So track played a big part in it.
Yeah. So looking forward to new season. Obviously you got summer work to do as far as on field and off field. But looking forward to the new school year and the new season. What are you hoping to touch the ball more? Obviously.
Yeah, with the new style of offense, we're going to run a lot more plays because it's a fast-paced offense. So, hopefully I'll be able to touch the ball more. It also give a lot of other people the chance to touch the ball as well. So,
you know, just like I said, better opportunities and it's a new beginning. So.
The Bermuda National Athletic Association recently benefited from the PASO Athlete Preparation Program, which is managed by the Bermuda Olympic Association. Wayne Rayner of the Bermuda National Athletic Association explained some of the equipment obtained.
Well, some of the equipment that we had gotten through the PASO program is hurdles. We got 50 hurdles that came in with laptops, which is used to capture the photo finish and timing and manage the data, which gives the results. We also received an Dynalinks camera. Now this little small camera goes in front and gives us a head-on view of the athletes as they cross the line, and it isn't synchronized with the photo finish, so that you could just put your mouse on it and it will then tell you the exact time and give you the picture frontal view of that runner crossing the line. And next, of course, we have a newer ring gauge, and the big advantage over this ring gauge type rather than the old one, this is line powered. It's not dependent on separate AC power, so it's tied into the system. So as long as the system's up, this is connected, it'll be functioning just fine.
The first night of the Valades National Swimming Championships started off well at the National Aquatic Center in the 12 and under 400-meter freestyle. Pippa Charleston and Brandon Atkins had very strong personal best times, taking huge chunks off their previous best to win the girls and boys event. Charleston touched the wall in a time of 5:14.95, with Atkins clocking 5:07.97. In the girls' 800-meter freestyle, Taylor White of the Shark Swim Club lowered her personal best and the 13 to 14 age group record that she set 2 weeks ago during the Schroeder's Long Course Championships. She recorded a time of 9:47.19. In the last event of the evening, Brian Desmond put on a true display of fast swimming. At the 800-meter mark of his 1,500-meter freestyle, Desmond clocked a new record in the 800 by lowering Ethan Daly's record by over 12 seconds. He continued on his pace and also broke the 1,500-meter freestyle record that he had already lowered by 19 seconds, clocking 17:25.62. The 2018 Bermuda Triathlon Association Super Sprint Series got underway at the Clearwater Beach last evening. Neil DeSaint-Croix won the standard distance race, clocking a time of 24:11. Tommy Marshall was second in 24:39, and the top female finisher, Maddie Durkin, was third with a time of 27:41. The Bermuda Netball Association Summer League season resumed with a doubleheader at the Bernard Park. The BAC Women in Blue defeated PAC 30-17. Nikita Trott scored 22 goals to lead the BAC Women in Blue to victory, while Vernica Simon scored 9 goals for PHC. The Bermuda Under-19 team defeated the New Kids on the Court 41-5. The Bermuda Under-19 team were led by Nabila Nazir, who scored 15 goals, while Daria Benjamin scored all 5 goals for the New Kids on the court. Saltus Grammar School won 3 of the 4 divisions at the Bermuda School Sports Federation's Senior School Girls Badminton Tournament inside the Work Academy Gymnasium. Emily Hartwig got things started for Saltus with a straight games win over Work Academy's top seed, Jizai Dyer. Hartwig avenged her pool loss earlier to Dyer with an 11-8, 11-7 victory. Dyer and Amber Simmons teamed up to capture the gold in the under-16 doubles competition in an all-Work Academy final. Dyer and Simmons edged past Isaiah Hunt and Grace Arrowsmith 11-8, 12-10. Saltus senior Kelly Simmons dug deep to win the over-16 division with a 3-game battle win over Kayla Longworth from Mount St. Agnes. Simmons and Laura Hope rallied from a first-game loss to win the doubles tournament in 3 games over MSA pair Longworth and Kayla Henderson. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
Tomorrow sees the wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle that's being celebrated worldwide, and of course Bermuda is no exception. The Hamilton Princess is marking the event with the display of a new painting of the American actress. It's by the well-known street artist from London, Pegasus. It's hanging in the Crown and Anchor Cafe in the hotel, and admirers of British royalty who visit the restaurant are also in for another treat, a special royal wedding cream tea. The hotel's director of food and beverage outlined what lovers of princes and pastries can expect if they indulge.
In anticipation of the royal wedding, or the upcoming royal wedding this coming weekend, we have put together an afternoon tea stand which really represents favorites of the royal family, personal favorites, from the scones, the vanilla shortbread. The beetroot sandwich was a personal favorite of Princess Diana. The chocolate biscuit cake on top This was one of the very personal favorites of Queen Elizabeth as well. And Harry and William, they particularly enjoyed the banana caramel cake, which is also on the top layer. I wouldn't be surprised seeing it somewhere during the celebrations this weekend in one of the meals.
And ZBM will be bringing you the royal nuptials tomorrow. Our coverage of the event will be on both Channel 7 and 9. It starts at 6 in the morning, so an early start for royalists who want to watch the ceremony live. Well, that's it for me tonight. I'm Diane Brewer. Hope to see you again next week. Good night.
We got shots fired right now, guys. We need SWAT.
Police say a student armed with his father's